Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 6 of Scraptember, and today's prompt is stars. So I have lots of stars to work with. I'm going to try and get some stash used up of some things I've had for a while, some new to me but very old papers, some embellishments that I couldn't even tell you how long I've had, and like a little scrap of a frame, like just some random things I found in my stash. And I'm going to document this picture. This is that old paper I was talking about, new to me, but it is from 2013. So, but the perfect paper for a stars layout. And a sleepy little baby in his car seat. So I figured this was a good time to use all this. So I have my papers, I have some embellishments, and some more to pull from. I have my picture and a prompt, so let's see how this goes. So I considered using my Scrapping Reflections, one of the mini star stencils that I have. However, I have a lot of stars in this little container that I just showed you that are cut out from something I probably did, like probably made like a flag or 50 of them, I don't know, on my Cricut, and saved all the little itty bitty blue stars that were on the inside of the blue area of the flag. I don't know. I just know I have a ton of little cut out stars, a handful of some stickers and things like that. So here's what I wanted to do. This paper has Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on one side and then these really cool tone on tone stars on the other. I wanted to use both sides, but I don't want to use the only two that I have of this. I just got these papers from the lovely Tara, the paper snob. So I decided that I would put the wordy bit on one side and then I'd put this torn paper here. This was the plan, was to use all these stars. Now, I considered making like a star and filling it with stars, and I'm not doing that. I don't want to turn the Cricut on. That is lazy. I don't care. So then I decided I would just do this whole section over here of all the stars. So that's what I did. I tore the paper and flipped it, and then I pulled it back a little and traced loosely down the page so that I knew not to go much further over that little line. You can see the line that I've drawn with my pencil. So, of course, you can't see that line when I'm done. But I wanted to make sure I filled that whole area in. Now, it's not like touching necessarily, but I wanted it to be pretty filled up with the different sizes, different textures, things like that. There is some texture paper that's got some glitter in it. I'm going to come in with these silver stars here. I didn't want to use the gold and silver. I just used one or the other, so I went with the gold, with the silver. Used up tons and tons, all of the little paper stars that were blue. I had red and a couple white, but I didn't want to use those. So I just used the different shades of blue that I had. I put those down, and then after I get on here, I'm like, I wish I would have had the torn bit on this, on the top. So now I have torn my paper at the top and the bottom. It's fine though. It's fine. I'm going to make it work out. Okay. It's all fine. So I have this little torn piece down at the bottom that didn't work out for me, and up at the top. I'm going to make it work, and it actually, I love the way that it turns out. It looks intentional, and if somebody's going through my book, they're like, oh, I would love how you did that. They don't have to know that I literally accidentally tore it. It's fine. My picture is matted in white because it's a darker picture because he's in the back seat of the car in the car seat, and his car seat is black. And so I wanted to lighten it up a little, so I matted it on white. And then I matted it on this like bluey, purpley color. Now I'm going to bring that color in again up there at the top. I'm going to make a little banner just to add that color onto the layout. Plus the stars I used from one of those sticker sheets also was like a purpley blue. So I think it really added that another shade to the layout. So I'm going to get that down. I have this little blue and white star. It was a frame that I only used about half of. And I want to use that. Like, it's been in my little stash forever. I don't even know how long I've had that. I've also got this little journaling tag. No clue how long I've had that. And then I have this Wish Upon a Star, which is what I'm going to title my layout. I'm fussy cut around it lightly, and then I put it on white paper and fussy cut around it again so that you could actually see where it says Wish Upon a Star and that bright yellow star that's on there. Now, I know I could have added yellow stars to this layout because I've already got that star, but decided against it, decided I would just have the yellow star and those little green dots on the title and leave it at that. I do journal on here and write about how much AJ loves this laptop. I give it to him every time I put him in the car. I've gotten to where I put a couple little puffies in like the little nooks and crannies so that he can get them. Although his goal is to hold the laptop and grab every puff that I put on there and like put them all in his hand. He's hysterical. And sometimes the laptop falls on the floor or like next to his seat. He doesn't seem to care. He doesn't fuss when it falls. He could take it or leave it, and sometimes it just sits there and he just kind of randomly will touch something. His main thing is looking out the windows. He loves to look out the windows, and it's super cute. I love that I have a mirror and I can see him like, looking out the windows and stuff. So I did take a scrap from the paper I used to map my picture, and I put it up here at the top. I'm going to take my white moonlight pen after I put a silver star up here because I felt like it was really empty and I needed to do something. So I put the one white star up there, and then I take my white moonlight pen and I just kind of make a little second banner almost. Like I just give it a little dimension by adding that little white inline of the tag, and I really love the way that turned out. I love the way this layout turned out. I'm excited that I used an old paper that Tara sent me from 2013 that is perfect for this prompt. I used all of my paper stars that were left, or at least all the blue ones. Now all I have left is a few red and a couple yellow, and that's about it. And then some stickers. And I got another memory documented. So that's exciting to me. I hope you'll go check out everybody who's hopping along with some Scraptember this month. The Scrappy Sisters who are instigating the entire month of fun. I hope you'll go and check that out. There is a playlist, I believe. And other than that, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like my video and or my layout. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Your time is precious, and I do not take that for granted, so I thank you so much. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love, and happy scrapping.